Hello friends, welcome to Technique. This is Nirmal here, and in this video we're going to do a camera comparison of the new Moto G6 with the Xiaomi's Redmi Note 5 Pro. So ever since the release of the Redmi Note 5 Pro, it has become one of the best camera smartphones in the sub 15k price segment. Now we have the Moto G6 with a dual camera setup and this is also priced below the 15k segment. So let's see how this device fares when compared to the Redmi Note 5 Pro. So G6 comes with a primary 12 megapixel camera, f-stop 1.8 aperture and secondary 5 megapixel camera for depth sensing and a 16 megapixel f2.0 camera for selfies. On the other hand, the Xiaomi's Redmi Note 5 Pro comes with a primary 12 megapixel camera, f-stop 2.2 aperture and a 5 megapixel secondary camera for depth sensing. There is also a 20 megapixel f-stop 2.2 camera for selfies and let's first analyze the video recording taken with these two devices and see which is better in the video sample. So this is a video recording taken with the Moto G6 and the Xiaomi's Redmi Note 5 Pro. You can see the color reproduction looks better on the Moto G6 and both these devices have image stabilization and hence the video looks pretty good. And also the sharpness levels and overall details looks better on the Moto G6. Along with that, there is also better dynamic range. So overall, in terms of the video quality, we would say the Moto G6 is our choice in terms of the video recording. The Moto G6 also can record videos in 1080p resolution at 60 and 30 fps, while the Redmi Note 5 Pro can record only at 30 fps. So this is the video recording sample taken with these two devices. Now next step, let's have a look at the daylight captures taken with these two devices. So these are samples taken in daylight conditions and it is extremely hard to identify which is a better sample out of these two devices because both these devices have great detailing, good color reproduction and overall clarity also looks quite similar. Probably the only difference is in the sky tones where the Moto G6 was a tad better than the Xiaomi's Redmi Note 5 Pro. So in terms of the daylight conditions, both these devices perform equally well and we can't really choose a winner here. Now next step, the close-up images. So here again you could see looking at the camera samples, both have good detailing, good sharpness levels and also the images look quite similar on both the phones. So it's very hard to distinguish between these two devices to identify which is better. So both these devices exhibit pretty good captures in the close-up images. Now coming to the low light performance. The Moto G6 with f-stop 1.8 aperture is able to capture more light into the photos and as a result the images looks a bit more brighter on the Moto G6. But at the same time noise levels are also a tad higher on the Moto G6. But overall, if you look at the clarity of the photos, the low light performance, our personal choice would be the Moto G6 with better detailing and better color reproduction when compared to the Redmi Note 5 Pro. Now coming to the portrait samples. So the Redmi Note 5 Pro is one of the leaders in terms of the portrait photography and it still remains the leader since the Moto G6 edge detection was not that great and portrait photography was kind of average. Finally, the selfie experience. So the Moto G6 has a 16 megapixel shooter while the Redmi Note 5 Pro has a 20 megapixel shooter. Looking at the camera samples taken with the front camera, our personal choice would be the Moto G6 with the better color tones, better overall details and the clarity also looks pretty good. But one thing where the Moto G6 falls short is the portrait photography from the front camera, and this is where the Redmi Note 5 Pro takes the lead with a good portrait photography from the selfie camera. So this is the front facing camera sample taken with the Moto G6. It's a 16 megapixel shooter capable of recording videos in 1080p resolution, and this is the 1080p sample you are taken with the front facing camera, so you can judge yourself how good the clarity of the video is and also the audio output from the video. So this is the front-facing camera sample taken with the Redmi Note 5 Pro. It's a 20 megapixel shooter capable of recording videos in 1080p resolution and you can judge yourself how good the clarity of the video is and also the audio output from the video recording. Now summing up, which is a better camera smartphone here? So we'll break this comparison into different areas. Video recording, our personal choice would be the Moto G6 Daylight captures, both these devices produce almost similar results, so we can't really choose a winner. Low light photography, our choice would be again the Moto G6, and portrait photography, it is the Redmi Note 5 Pro. Selfie experience, again the selfies were better on the Moto G6, but it lacks portrait selfies, so that's where the Redmi Note 5 Pro takes the lead. So out of these two devices, which is better? It's a tough choice to pick one winner out of these two devices, but our personal choice would be the Moto G6 with a slightly better video recording, overall good clarity, and also the selfie performance was good. If Moto can bring in the portrait mode in the selfie camera with a software update, it will definitely be one of the great camera smartphones below the 15K price segment. So that was the camera comparison of these two devices. Hope you enjoyed watching this video. Do hit that like button and also hit the red subscribe button for more videos. This is Nirmal signing off. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.